Some patterns don't begin, they repeat. Klaus Weber didn't chase stories. He documented what shouldn't exist. Detroit, 1943. A name appears where there should be none. Willis R. Wonka Jr., no birth record, no family history, no origin. And yet, people spoke to him like he had always been there. He didn't run a business, he didn't hold a title, but he knew things. Not guesses, not instincts. Outcomes. Bets that never lost. Deals that always closed. Movements that hadn't happened yet, already known. By the time anyone thought to question it, he had already moved past it. Klaus Weber marked the entry with a single note. Presence without origin. And then, he kept watching. You know what's funny? People love to tell a story, especially one that isn't theirs. They'll take something real, something that actually happened, and by the time it gets back to you, you don't even recognize it anymore. That's what they did with Wonka. They rewrote it, cleaned it up, made it make sense to people who weren't there. But I was there, and what really happened was nothing. Like what they told you, so let me set the record straight. Mr. Wonka wasn't a fairy tale. He wasn't a character, he was a man. A real one. From a real city that nobody ever gave enough credit to in what he built. What he actually built started right here, in Detroit, in the dark, in a building nobody looked at twice. That's where the real story begins, not with a golden ticket, with a lamp. People have always called Atlanta a copy of Detroit. They call it Chocolate City, but not for the reason people think. That name didn't start there. It started here in Detroit with Wonka. His chocolate didn't show up in stores. It showed up in people's hands. One person had it, then another, then another. No ads, no signs, no explanation. Just something people kept coming back for. It moved through the city, quiet, fast, like it already belonged there. You didn't hear about it, you heard it from somebody. And once you had it, you understood. That's how it spread, not through business. Through people. That's how a city gets a name. And that name didn't start in Atlanta. It started here with him. Nobody buys chocolate from a trunk. Not twice. Not without a reason. But they did. Word didn't spread the way it does now. No posts, no tags, no shares. Just one person grabbing another person by the arm and saying, you have to try this. Not a recommendation. A summons. It was different. Not different like new. Different like you've had it before. Somewhere you can't name. Somewhere that felt like home. People started showing up who hadn't been told, like they felt it. He never advertised, never explained, just handed it over. Exact change or nothing. No negotiation, no small talk, just the transaction. And then he was gone. Same time tomorrow. Same trunk, same silence. Nobody knew where it came from. Nobody asked how it was made. They just knew whatever was inside that building was inside that chocolate. And once you knew that you couldn't unknow it.